Houston, breathe. You could feel it from the first snap, a different hum in the headset, a different rhythm in the huddle, a different heartbeat pulsing through a team that's been dragged through every hot take imaginable. Under the lights and under the noise, the city leaned in and the locker room locked in. This wasn't pretty at first, it was purposeful. The kind of purpose that says, we hear you, but we don't live there. We live right here in our lane on our terms. Smash that subscribe button, drop a like, and comment below. This community runs on real fans like you. And tonight, the fanbase felt every inch of that purpose as the Texans punched a heavyweight in the mouth and didn't blink. The reveal is simple and it's loud. His name is Nick Caley. The first-year offensive coordinator who's taken heat every week suddenly had a quiet smile under his headset while the offense roared to a season-high 475 yards and 26 points in a 26-15 takedown of the San Francisco 49ers, a 5-2 machine coming in. The outside world has said the Texans' attack looked disjointed, that the rankings told the story, 21st in scoring, 22nd in total offense before kickoff, but inside the building the drumbeat never changed. DeMeco Ryans didn't hedge, he didn't blink. He went to the podium and doubled down on his guy, saying the room is united, the work is real, and the noise from beyond these walls is just that noise. That tone was everywhere. On the sideline, where players tapped helmets and nodded at each other like they already knew how this night would end. In the huddle, where the quarterback set the table and never forced the feast. CJ Stroud didn't chase hero throws, he played grown man football. When the deep shot wasn't there, he fed the backs, trusted the layups, and kept the chains honest. Behind him, the offensive line set its jaw and owned the line of scrimmage, and that alone changed the math. When you can dictate up front, the noise fades to a hum you can tune out. Across the ball, Matt Burke's defense did what a #1 scoring unit and top 4 total unit does. It held firm, 8 body blows, and answered every surge with a stand. The 49ers found flashes, sure, because they always do, but Houston never flinched. Big play, fine, reset, next snap. That was the posture, that was the program. And while the roster remains banged up, no Joe Mixon all season, no Christian Kirk, no Nico Collins for this one, the standard didn't budge. The Texans didn't win in spite of the absences, they won because the room refused to move off its identity. Ryan said it best in spirit, we don't ask outsiders how to game plan, we do our work in-house and we go. Tonight they went together, shoulder to shoulder. With a coordinator under fire calling ball with clarity, a quarterback dealing with poise, and a team playing for each other, not for the tweets. That's the story that walked off the field. And if you're feeling that shift, buckle in because the real conversation starts now. Now comes the echo, the way a win like this bounces around a city and a league. Insiders are texting the same thing, this felt connected. The defense, DeMeco's domain, stayed elite exactly as advertised. The offense, Caley's crucible, answered the bell. You could see it in the sequencing, in the decisiveness, in the trust. The Texans didn't try to prove they're something they're not. They played to who they are, short to long, patient to punishing. When it wasn't there, Stroud checked it down and lived to fight the next snap. That's not conservative, that's control. The context makes it louder. This team walked in 3-4, still hunting its first win over a winning opponent, staring down a 49ers group that, injuries and all, still swings with the heaviest of hands. And Houston did it without its Pro Bowl back, without its top 2 wideouts in Christian Kirk and Nico Collins, and without excuses. That matters to players. It matters to a locker room that's heard for weeks that the offense isn't good enough. The truth, you are what you rep every day. This week they repped focus. Laser focus, as Ryans called it. Line play that dictates terms, backs who catch, cut, and finish. A quarterback who makes great decisions and protects the football. That's the formula DeMeco talked about, the one they say they know in-house, it traveled. And when the 49ers hit a shot, the Texans answered with resilience. No slump shoulders, no finger pointing. One big play doesn't write the chapter, it sets the stage for your response. Houston responded over and over. That's why 475 yards mattered more than a number on a stat sheet. It symbolized a unit that found its timing, its tempo, its voice. It's why the head coach stood at the mic and spoke plainly about the noise. You don't let it in, you don't let it define you. You stick together and you go, here's the tension, doubt versus belief, outside versus inside. Rankings said this was a middle-of-the-pack offense. Film now says it can be a problem if it stays on schedule and owns the trenches. The defense sits atop the league in points allowed and near the top in yards, and that balance, that identity, is what gives you a shot every Sunday. If the offense keeps stacking clean decisions and physical fronts, the narrative flips fast. It's fragile, it's real, and it's theirs to keep. Next, the Denver Broncos come to town in Week 9. Another test, another mirror. Can Houston bottle this energy, this clarity, this buy-in, and pour it out again? Can the city get even louder, even prouder, even more present for a group that's finding itself in real time? That's the ride, that's the fun. And that's why tonight wasn't just a win, it was a statement. To the league, to the room, to themselves. Comment below, this space belongs to everyone who lives and breathes the Houston Texans. We're alive, we're loud, and we're just getting started.